What's up everybody, and welcome back to another how-to video. In this video, I'd like to go through a few different examples of how to repair a broken or leaking garden hose. Garden hoses could get quite costly, and instead of replacing them every time, you could easily repair them yourself and save a lot of money in the long run. After a while, hoses get worn out by being pulled all over the place and they just don't get the amount of care they should. A pierced or torn hose is bad for a couple of things. One, it'll lower the output pressure at the nozzle if the burst is significant, and two, you'll be wasting a lot of water and could increase your water bill if not taken care of. And for a couple of dollars, you could fix it in under 5 minutes with common hand tools. So where do I start? Well, first you'll have to identify where it's coming from and what type of leak you have. If the leak is coming from the water gun, 9 times out of 10, the rubber washer is the culprit. These dry up after a while and break down, causing a small leak like this. This fix is super simple. All you have to do is replace the rubber washer with a new one and it'll stop leaking. You could get these at your local hardware store in the gardening department for just under $1. This could also occur on the female end where it's connected to the faucet, so make sure the rubber gasket is present and in good condition as well. That of course is the best case scenario, but what if the head was squashed like this? These could both be fixed whether it's a male or female end. The first thing you gotta do is identify what size hose you have. It could be 1/2 inch, 5/8 of an inch, or 3/4 inch in order to be able to buy the good repair kit. But most hoses are 5/8. A good way to check is to measure the diameter with a ruler. Just make sure the end isn't oval, so make it as round as you can with your fingers like this. And place the 1-inch mark on the left of the inside of the hose. You should be able to get a good enough reading like this. For those who aren't sure, on a ruler a 1/2 inch is here, 5/8 is here, and 3/4 inch is right here. If you really want to make sure you're getting the correct size hardware, just cut off a small piece of hose and bring it to the store with you to be able to test fit it. Someone will be more than glad to help you. Once you know what size hose you have, you'll need to choose what type of repair to use depending on what needs to be done. So for a pinhole or tear, it's really quite simple. First, you'll need to cut out the damaged portion with a sharp utility knife, some tubing cutters, or even a pair of heavy-duty scissors will work. Then, you have a few choices you could choose from to connect them back together. You could use a barbed coupling and 2 hose clamps like this. What I like to do is put a bit of hand soap on the barbed portion for it to go in easier, cause honestly, they're close to impossible to get in. So first, slip on both hose clamps and insert the other end of the hose using the same trick. Then, grab your multi-bit screwdriver and tighten them down real good or else they might leak. A lot of people don't know about this, but you could sometimes use your multi-bit screwdriver's built-in nut driver to tighten the clamps. They don't always fit, but sometimes they do, so just a little trick. Another good alternative is to use these hose repair couplings or menders. They're super user-friendly and easy to install. All you have to do is insert it onto the pipe and hand tighten both nuts till they click in place. The only thing I was concerned about is the fact that they're made out of plastic and that they could break if rolled on with a vehicle. So I did the test and purposely ran over it with my truck, and surprisingly, it held up quite well. Now, if you squash the head at the end, the same procedures apply, but the hardware changes. Most likely, the end that the vehicle went over will be the male end, so you'll need a male adapter for this. And if it's the end that connects to the faucet, you'll need a female adapter. Some homeowners I know complain that the tail end of these hose clamps could be dangerous. So a good alternative are these clamp type fixes, which are also great, but they're more expensive. But I'll show you the cheapest and the good old way of doing it. So cut the head off about 1 inch away from the brass collar and slip over the hose clamp before anything. Then use the same trick as before to get the barbed portion all the way in and tighten it down. And lastly, make sure your new adapter has a gasket in it or it's guaranteed to leak. And that's how you repair a garden hose. Here's a side-by-side comparison of what it used to be compared to now. All the pressure's at the tip of the hose, and no more water is wasted. All the hardware I used in this video is linked in the description box below, so you don't need to search around for it. And as always, if you guys like these videos, I invite you to like, share, and subscribe to show your appreciation. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.